There are two versions of this review. This is the non-spoiler short review. This is the video you want to watch if you're specifically trying to decide what movie to go see at a theater and don't want to be spoiled and just want to know whether or not this is worth your time. This is that video. If you want to hear me talk about this film at a much greater length, I will have a link at the end of the video. With that out of the way, let's begin. This film is more or less what you would get if you took The Incredibles and combined it with Speed Racer. And by that I mean the Wachowski live-action adaptation of Speed Racer. The main reason why I use that comparison is because there's just this sense of passion that is just exuded by the overall design aesthetic. It's very passionately Japanese, if you will. Now, I was worried going into this film because the trailers made it look like a very desperate attempt to cater to the anime crowd, while at the same time trying to cater to the Disney crowd by working in all of the usual family movie tropes. Thankfully, that wasn't the case since the trailers were more or less a misdirect, as this film has some surprisingly well-hidden teeth when it comes to the story and the characters. Bear in mind, this film does get really, really dark. It's not a level of dark that kids can't handle, but things do go in a very dark place, and they pretty much make the stakes very, very real. On top of that, it's actually nice to have a set of heroes that's pretty intelligent. It's kind of a case of a bunch of nerds who make their own gear. Now, on the surface, you may think that, oh, it's a nerdy team of superheroes. They're trying to buy into the geek chic trend that's pretty much become overwhelmingly popular. But as you actually watch the film, as you actually see the amount of development and growth these characters go through, you can tell the writers were actually able to write nerdy characters that felt like real people, that felt like people that actually exist. Something that Chuck Lorre really should learn how to do, but I digress. That said, there was one plot element that felt kind of tacked on at the last minute just for the sake of a cheap injection of drama. I did get caught up in the emotions while watching it, but when I actually took the time to think about it when I was done, it didn't really feel all that necessary. It was kind of a case of that was one moment that could have been written a little bit better in my opinion. The big thing that I really have to stress about this film is don't go in expecting a Marvel movie. Yeah, it's based on a Marvel property, and yes, it has the obligatory Stan Lee cameo, but this is not a Marvel movie. This is very much a Disney movie, specifically Disney taking more pages from Pixar in the sense of we're going to respect our audience's intelligence and just tell a good story. And really, that's what the film is. It's a well-written, well-crafted film. Yeah, the one plot element that bothered me is a minor niggle, but I'm willing to forgive it just because of how well executed the film is. So yeah, it's not a Marvel movie, it is a superhero movie, but it's pretty much a nice, self-contained story that both kids and adults will enjoy. All of that said, Big Hero 6 gets a 5 out of 5. So that's it for this episode of Romney's Reviews. Let me know what you think about the new format in the comments below, and if you want to hear me talk about the film in greater depth, if you've already seen the movie, click here. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.